You are watching Sammy the Interviewing Toucan, made possible by the Indiana Young Reader Center. Do, 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 do. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sammy, and I'm here today with Michelle Ike. Good morning, Michelle. How are you?
I'm great, Sammy. How are you?
I'm doing really great. I wanted to thank you so much for meeting with me today and talking about books and also Indiana. So we'll just start right away. Can you
Awesome.
tell me a little bit about yourself and your connection to Indiana?
Sure. Well, I moved to Indiana 3 years ago, and I live in Dearborn County, and I love Indiana. And I'm an author. I love books. I love to read, and I'm also a former teacher.
Oh, that's so great. Can you tell me a little bit more about your writing? What kind of stuff do you write?
Yeah, well, I have my book right here, Sammy. My book is called Mari. It's
Oh,
about a little caterpillar who faced a bully to follow her dream. And I wrote this book because when I was teaching, I saw kids getting bullied, and that made me really sad. And I don't
yeah.
like when kids get bullied, Sammy. So I wrote a book about it, and I wrote a book about a caterpillar who faces the bully. And even though the bully says really mean things to her and tells her she can't do things, she decides that she can do them anyway. And she moves forward to follow her dream. So I get to talk to my kids about following dreams and about writing and about books, and I love it.
Oh man, that just sounds so great. Can you talk a little bit more about the idea of being brave and and bullies? Because I just think that's such a great message that the bullies aren't the boss, right?
Yeah, well, Mari learns a secret about the bully. Sammy, do you want me to tell you the secret that Mari learns about the bully?
Is that okay? That would be great.
Yes, I want to tell you the secret.
Okay.
And it is this: even though the bully acts really mean, he's really afraid.
You know,
Yeah,
and I bet that's the case a lot of times. I
yeah.
don't like to admit this, but as soon as I saw that cover, I thought, that caterpillar looks yummy because I'm a bird. So, but once you meet someone and you get to know them a little bit better, you might you might understand them better, and you might be able to stop judging them for what they look like on the outside and really
Yeah.
become their friends instead of wanting to like be, I don't know, mean to them, you
Yeah,
know?
that's so true, Sammy. So in the book, as you can see, Mari is a caterpillar, and she gets lost in the dark and dreary bog with the other worms.
Mm.
And the worms make her try to fit in, and the worms make her feel like she's just a worm. But she has a dream that she can do something amazing. Can you guess what her dream might be?
I can. I bet does she become a butterfly?
She has a dream she can fly. You're right, Sammy.
Oh,
And
great.
she's so excited about her dream, but the main worm, the bully, makes fun of her and says, "You can't fly. That's not possible." And it really hurts Mari's feelings. But then she has courage rise up in her, and she stands up to the bully. And it's a really important moment in the story. And so, like I said, she learns the secret of the bully is that they're really afraid. And so sometimes when kids get bullied, the reason that they're getting bullied is because the bully sees something special on the inside of them. And they think, how can I make that person feel bad? I know that person is special. I'm afraid that person is going to be better than I am. And that's, I think, the reason that a lot of kids get bullied. So when I
Yeah.
go into schools, that's what I talk to kids about. And I tell the kids who are getting bullied, you know what? You're getting bullied because you're special, and the bully is afraid of you.
What a good message. Can you talk a little bit more, since we're talking about dreams? Where are you in your author journey, and where do you hope to be someday?
Oh, that's a great question, Sammy. Well, I have one of my dreams fulfilled, which is writing my story. So Mari and I have a lot in common
That's so good.
because I had a dream that I could write a book, and I had a bully in my life tell me that I couldn't write a book. And so it made me even try harder, and it made me work harder to follow my dreams. And so one of the messages that I tell kids and adults is that sometimes when you want to follow your dreams, there are obstacles in the way. And that's a really important message that I want to share at this time because we're all kind of going through some different things. We can't
Yeah.
always meet together. I can't go into schools like I'm used to doing, but I get to meet wonderful people online, and I still put the message out there, and I think it's so important to hear it. So yeah, following dreams is great, but it's not always easy. But if we work hard, we can see our dreams come true.
That is so true. Excuse me. So, speaking of obstacles, how are you doing right now, with the current health crisis and everything? Do you have any
Yeah,
advice for people?
yeah, I'm doing great. And of course, like everybody else, I have good days and bad days. But as far as advice, I would say just to keep moving forward, try not to get into fear, continue to pursue your dreams. And sometimes when we have to work harder to fulfill our dreams, it makes it even more special when we achieve them. And so, what I am doing instead of going into schools is I am actually meeting with kiddos online. And so I still can pop into classrooms just like we're meeting today, and I can still meet with students one on one. And I can read my story, I can answer their questions. And I always like to give a message about working hard to follow your dreams and overcoming obstacles, which I said is very important during this time. And as far as my writing journey goes, I have obviously published my book, Mari, but I'm also working on other books. And someday I hope to write a sequel to Mari to talk about her adventures that she has once she reaches her dream, because it's not the end, it's just another beginning.
Oh, that
Or
sounds
it's
so
not, it's,
great.
yeah. So,
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Well, I can't wait to read the book. It sounds really wonderful. I'm inviting all of my authors to share a little something. Just, whatever you feel like sharing. Do you have any physical item there that you want to show us?
I do, Sammy. So this is something that I have on my desk every day. And obviously this is a butterfly.
Aw.
And I love butterflies because it shows that transformation is possible. Because this was once a worm-like creature that crawled on the ground, but it transformed into something brand new. And so I think
Mm.
it's just a tiny miracle. And so it just reminds me that miracles are possible. And it's really just inspirational to me. So I keep this around as a reminder that anything is possible.
Oh, that's so true. Gosh, Michelle, it's been so uplifting to talk to you. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
the interview. And I hope you have a lovely day. And I hope you get into some classrooms soon. Although,
Thank
I know
you.
that it's great that you get to see kids online. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
All
so if
right.
anybody's interested in following the adventures of Mari, they can go to my website, which is marithebook.com.
Great. Thank you so much. We'll put that website right down in the
Awesome.
description. Okay, you take care.
All right, Sammy.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.